On Wednesday night, Victor Oladipo suffered a season-ending knee injury. On Saturday, he addressed the injury for the first time, posting this to Instagram: "I'll be back better than ever, and if you question that, well, thank you." Wednesday night wrapped up a 5-game homestand for the Pacers, a team that's now on the road for 5 of their next 6. And on Saturday night in Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, though, in control early on. And Rip, you said you wanted to see the team build around Jaren Jackson Jr. Here's a couple of highlights for you.
Oh, well, they got to, because he's the young, energetic guy, the guy that can finish at the rim, get up and down the court, and make easy plays for these older veteran ball clubs.
How about that, though? Joakim Noah with the alley-oop slam.
Doing it for the old folks. I see you. Keep representing for the old fellas, Joakim.
Jackson this time.
That's nice. That's advanced level footwork right there.
He finished with 20 points.
Ooh. Oh, my goodness. I see you, Miles Turner.
Throw it down, big fella.
Yeah, he's mad at the rim.
This time, Thaddeus Young is slamming the putback. Watch this, off a missed Bojan Bogdanovic 3 here. Then, Mike Conley training the step back 3.
Mike Conley's always been solid for this team. He can help definitely a playoff team.
Marcus Aldridge with 3 more, finished with 18.
Get it while you can.
Elsewhere in the Western Conference, the Spurs and Pelicans in action. Now, each of these teams having one over the other coming into the matchup Saturday night. LaMarcus Aldridge, though, getting into the paint, getting the hook to go. The Spurs up early on 16-10, but he'd continue to put in work there inside.
Mr. Consistent, Brandon.
Yes, he is. If you keep letting him get to that left shoulder, he's going to keep punishing you. He is incredible getting to that left shoulder.
The Spurs would lead the way by 3 at the half. Then Rudy Gay getting a step-back jumper to go. He had 22 points and 11 rebounds in this game.
Oh, he's been great. He's definitely found his identity since he came to the Spurs team. He's been doing things he ain't been accustomed to, like playing defense, but he's been great for the Spurs team.
You said it, though, Brendan. LMA, if you give it to him, he's going to take it. He had 28 points and 12 rebounds in this.
Yeah, you know, LaMarcus is one of those guys that he just finds a way to get things done, and he's been having a pretty good year right here. And then we see a unfortunate injury. Who's that went down?
That's my UConn guy, Rudy. Hopefully he's all right.
He was just coming back from injury a couple of games ago.
Yeah, colliding with Solomon Hill. He did have to leave for the locker room with what looked like an ankle injury. We'll have more for you on NBA.com. The Spurs, though, go on to win it 126-114. And with that win, Spurs coach Greg Popovich has become the winningest coach, on the road anyway, of all time with 521.
One of them wins was against us in the finals, Game 7, Detroit. I'm still sick over that, Brendan.
I know you got to be, man.
Oh,
Don't worry, man.
Wow, 520.
I'm still.
Got a final score with less than 10 seconds to
go.
go.
Got to box out the shooter, though.
Green with a missed free throw, and that would somewhat seal the deal for the defending champion Warriors over the Boston Celtics. They go on to win it 115-111. Stephen Curry led the way with 24 points. Klay Thompson added 21. Oh, and KD, by the way, had 33.
Quiet 33.
9 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 10 of 23 from the field. Okay, so now they've won 10 in a row. And for the other 29 teams in the NBA, that's got to feel a little bit discouraging. Let's hear what KD had to say after the game. So we've talked a lot about what Kevin Durant can do, what Stephen Curry can do, what Klay Thompson can do. But in the Warriors win over the Lakers on Monday, Klay told me after the game that he was most excited about welcoming DeMarcus Cousins into that lineup, not just because of his scoring ability, but because of his playmaking ability. He did have 15 points in this one. He's getting accustomed not just to their lineup, but to the Warriors' style of play. What are you most looking forward to about Boogie getting incorporated into this lineup?
Well, what I've seen from him, first of all, is that he looks like a new man.
Yeah.
And I think, first of all, that injury and not getting the contract offers that he thought he would get this summer, I think that woke him up. And from a maturity standpoint, I know it's early on, but he looks more mature. From a defensive standpoint, he's really competing more defensively than I've seen him compete in the past. And offensively, he's fit in seamlessly. And I never had any questions about that because I know Boogie Cousins can play offense. I know that he can set good screens, he can pick and pop, he can roll to the basket. And I understood that he could give this team an interior presence. It's the other intangible things that he's doing very well right now. He's basically rehabilitating his image, and that's going to be worth more in the offseason than anything he does on the court because people had questions about his character. I think when we get done with this, when he gets done with this stint with Golden State, they're going to look at him totally different.
And he fits well with this ball club right now because he's a big man that can pass the ball. And when you look at this team with Steph Curry, a lot of times plays off the ball, and Draymond Green plays that point forward. Now, when you take Draymond off the floor, even if you got Draymond on the floor, Boogie can run the offense too.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'm more impressed about him is the way that he's running the floor.
Yeah.
He's in transition, getting wide open layups. He's willing to give his body up. If it's setting screens, getting Clay wide open shots. Now teams can't blitz. You know, Steph Curry, KD, and Clay on a perimeter. So it's a big benefit for the Golden State Warriors.
It looks like for him to be out so long, he looks like he's in great shape.
Yes.
Like when I looked at him before, he would sometimes not be running the court in Sacramento. He'd be lagging behind. Now I see him sprinting, getting layups. It's amazing what can happen when you put people in the right situations, when you have very good coaches, when you have good teammates, they hold you accountable, you respect them, they respect you. I think DeMarcus Cousins needed this for his career.
And the respect factor is big because I played with a guy like Rasheed Wallace, and when Rasheed came to Detroit, he respected Ben Wallace so much that he wouldn't let him down. When I'm looking at Boogie Cousins, he's doing the same thing. He's looking in the mirror and says, I can't let Steph Curry down. I can't let KD down. I can't let my teammates down or I will get exposed, especially on his team. And he's doing a great job of playing well for this ball club.
Yeah, just so much. And then, like I said, offensively, that's just another bag of tricks. That's the icing on the cake. That's the icing on the cake. And when they start using him in the post a little bit more, when they feel like Achilles can handle even more action, imagine what they can do. You know, they come out of timeout, they throw the ball to Draymond in the post, and they have all that backside cutting action. Imagine when they flip it and it's Boogie in the post. Draymond's normally looking to make that pass. Boogie can make the same pass, but at the same time, if you don't double him, he can go out there and score 4 or 5 buckets in a row. So he gives the Golden State Warriors a totally unfair advantage. Like, we knew they were the best team in the league before. Like, now, it's like an all-star team taking on regular teams every night.
And it's been a big plus for them, too, because them losing Zaza and JaVale McGee, veteran guys. Just veteran guys that just know how to play. And people don't understand, sometimes when you got 4 vets on the team and 1 young guy, a rook, sometimes they don't understand the concepts and know how to run the offense. Now you got a veteran guy that just knows how to play. So now you can run a secondary break and get easy shots.
But literally, they are 5 all-stars taking on every other team.
All NBA guys, still.
Right.
I seen something on Instagram the other day that said, who do you think wins this matchup? It was the starting lineup for the East All-Stars versus the Golden State Warriors starting lineup. It's unfair. They have so much talent on this team, and then everybody commits to the Golden State Warriors way. They start being submissive out there. They go out there, they pass the ball. They're not worried about themselves. It's selfless basketball. It's fun to watch also.
Christian, you can't take no plays off with this team.
No. Well, and the concern was not just about Boogie's conditioning because he had been injured for as long as he had been injured. It was also because the Warriors play at such a faster pace than he had ever seen in Sacramento or in New Orleans. So for him to come back and to fit in as seamlessly as he has in the minutes he's been given is even more impressive.
Yeah, like I said, it's a testament to him.
Yeah.
He realized what he did in previous stops from a behavioral standpoint, a basketball standpoint, wouldn't work here. He's adjusted his game, and I respect him a lot for it.
He's getting challenged every day, especially in practice. When you're walking into practice and you got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, you got 2 former MVPs. Like, it's not about you no more. Like regardless if you come to play or you don't, the train still keeps moving. They won a championship before you, so he knows that he wants it as bad as they do. So he knows that he got to pretty much do what he got to do to go out there and play and win games.
Well, for those of us who are simply listening to us talk about the defending champs, but perhaps missed their win over the Boston Celtics, let's go ahead and get you guys to the highlights.
Oh, we got highlights?
Yeah,
man.
Fresh off the press.
For Kenny Smith. Throws it across. Miller for 3. Oh! He backed it in! He backed it in!
Hey, everybody. Matt here with 3 of the most accomplished shooters in NBA history. 3D, Dennis Scott, Kenny Smith, the Hall of Famer Reggie Miller. And so, of course...
This is a shooting show.
No, of course
I was trying to figure out...
I want to talk about shooting. One active player to take a game-winning shot. If you could choose, who is that guy?
Steph Curry. Or Kevin Durant, or LeBron James.
Curry saves it 3. Steph Curry goes to the corner to shoot a 3 and hits to tie it up. Shot clock is on. James pull up for a 3. Rainbow!
Anymore?
To take a three to win a game.
I take all three of those. Even LeBron James, in terms of his ability to get it off, he'll get it off comfortably because of his size, strength, and ball handling ability. So he would get it off comfortably. He doesn't shoot with the same accuracy as those other two guys, but he gets a better comfort level at times than those two guys.
For me, active, if we're just trying to get a shot clock's going down, it's Kyrie Irving. His ball handling ability to be able to get to any spot on the floor and get his shot off, to your point, he's going to get his shot off. And he's one of the few point guards, well, there's a lot of point guards in the league, and can shoot the three.
Definitely guys that I probably would have picked, but if I'm going with someone with ice water in their veins, need a shot, I'm going with Dame Lillard. A guy that can create his own shot, or you can put him in a high pick and roll, shoots with depth, can shoot deep, and if you foul him, he's going to make foul shots.
Does the answer change for any of you if I say it's a catch and shoot three to win a game?
Klay Thompson.
Yeah. Catch and shoot, I would add Klay to a catch and shoot. Like, it swung back out to him. I would add Klay to that for sure.
You know, it's funny, we were talking James Harden.
Ooh, yes, to get a bucket, yes.
He could do.
Oh, my goodness, to get a bucket, yeah.
I mean,
Catch the dribble, off the dribble.
Off the dribble, he's
Off the
great,
dribble,
but
no question about it.
He gets to walk and shoot it. So he gets he gets to do the running man.
I'll make it harder. Let's go back in history. Any player who's ever played to win a game with a three.
Oh, we're sitting right here.
Oh,
Who are you picking?
No, there's
He's
a
sitting
lot
right
of
here.
guys.
No, I'm not. You could go last if you're not going to talk about yourself.
I'm gonna go with Larry Legend.
No.
To make a
three?
three. He said to make a three, right?
To make a three.
To make a three at the end of the game.
Celtics have got 3 seconds. 2. Bird, a runner. It's good.
I'm going with Larry Legend.
I'm going with the guy sitting here only because the moment for Larry is always the moment. For Reggie, he creates more moments, meaning he's looking for an opportunity. I think at times you hope we get down 3. You know, so there's a difference. But Larry's like, no, I'm not even going to let you get up. I'm going to beat you. He's waiting for that moment. And so for me, watching Reggie over the years, I would have to say Reggie would be the guy I would be. Like,
Good looking, Kenny.
No,
Yeah.
but and taking it a step further, with Larry, as much as we, love his shooting, he's not going to get open in that situation. Where you, and I'm going to throw Ray Allen into the mix, both of you guys are going to get open because you're probably the best running without the basketball, running off screens and getting open. Now,
I'm going to put Larry second, though. I wasn't like,
Kenny, Larry's third. Ray Allen's above him. Well, come on now. Those
But
Ray
you know
Allen
what?
and Reggie Miller, we need a three. Larry's not getting open. Him and Ray are getting open to get that three off.
Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang!
There's a guy that I would want to be in this mix because he's the leading three-point shooter in the history of playoffs over certain attempts. You know who that guy is, right?
Kenny the Jet Smith.
You know.
I was waiting for that. That leads to my next question. You may have already answered it, but if in a theoretical world where I could play and I had to choose one of the three of you to win a game with a three, where am I going?
We're all going to pick ourselves. That's how confident we. I mean, in all of our careers that we've all hit game winners, we've all hit buzzer beaters, so we know we can do it. So if you're asking openly, I want to, as much as I love both these guys, I want to take that shot first.
I would honestly say that these guys were better three-point shooters in this regard. That was such a big part of their diet. And for me, it became a part of my diet later on. But I had to learn to be that. It is, like Reggie Miller, we played at UCLA in Pauley Pavilion and in North Carolina. We were like, guard him from here.
Right.
That didn't come into my life until about my 4th year in the NBA. It was always part of Dennis Scott's repertoire, a steady part of that diet, the long ball shot. I was catching up with you all the time.
Right.
Now, I just still think I can shoot the ball. But I just know that you guys it was a better diet.
We all have different strengths at different times. Sure. But at the end of a game, to a man, we're all going to say, put the ball in our hands. Kenny wants those shots.
Yeah, one of the
Kenny
biggest
wants those shots.
one of the
I
biggest
always wanted
moments.
those shots.
Yeah.
We were actually in the biggest moments in Rocket and Orlando basketball history. Hit a three-pointer to tie the game to send it to overtime in the NBA Finals.
He's been on fire and hits. He's tied the game.
But before that, this dude,
In the regulation,
he comes
right.
back and hits another one.
Back to Scott for 3, and he's tied the game.
back-to-back,
Yep.
it was him and I.
You haven't made my job any easier.
Well, hey, how about this? Who are you gonna pick? If your life depended on it, and your family's life depended on it, and they need a 3 to get them out.
Court, man.
Come on, man.
I will answer the question. I've got bad news for you and my family. I turned it over before I ever got it.
I will tell you this: if you,
I'm sitting here and not there.
if you gave it to any of us, your family lives.
Oh, that was great. Now, we
man,
know in
great
the clutch,
answer.
you two aren't turning the ball over. We've heard from you in
not
this
turning.
segment.
Yes.
So, Karan, forget the three-point shot. Of all the guys you play with, give us 2 that you would go 1 and 2. You would want them to take the last shot at the end of the game, outside of yourself, of course.
All right, so clearly I've played with some of the greatest players ever to play this game of basketball, future Hall of Famers, might I add. So I would have to, one that jumps off the screen at me immediately is, the second best 2-guard ever to play the game of basketball, Kobe Bryant.
Ooh, I'm not mad at that one.
Find a way
not mad at
to
that
get him the ball, and he will orchestrate. He will operate in a phone booth. For those who don't know what that is, that's the thing that Superman went to change in. Google it. That's what Kobe would do. He'd dissect you in that space. Another one, Agent Zero.
Yes, hold on. That was a good question.
Listen.
Hibachi!
Now listen,
I wanted to hear the second one.
Hibachi!
All right.
It's the hibachi. I'm not mad at that
Gilbert
either.
Arenas
Yes.
will score that ball. I'm talking about let that thing fly, turn around in the process, game, go that way.
Yes.
Special.
Okay, so in today's game, you need a 3-point shot. Who are you going with?
Today's game,
Today.
if
Right
I need
now.
a 3-point shot right now.
End of the game.
So at the end of the game, it's probably, how much time I got on the clock? That's
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
3, 2,
Taking out a half
1,
court.
and 3, 2, 1, and
I'm going to go with Steph Curry.
Hey, he's done that enough.
It's interesting because the
I'm not
past
mad.
2 years in the finals, Steph Curry and company went with Kevin Durant.
Hey, they were smart.
Very
You got a point.
That's why the
smart.
Warriors are who they are, right? When you have that many options.
Well, my point is, as much as we showed the Klay Thompson thing early, and a lot of us had him as well, but when you know what your skill set is and you get to the right system and you're able to move without the basketball, that's why Klay Thompson's name will always be in someone's conversation, because he moves well, he gets to his spot, and that thing is picture perfect every time.
How much time we got on this segment?
Yeah, go ahead. Who you got? 30 more
31
seconds.
seconds. Can we draw up the play real quick?
Yeah, Jordan, what you got?
All right, you take it out real quick on the
take it
side.
out. Take
Get
it
ready
out.
for your moment.
Where am I going?
I'm defense.
All right, ready?
Okay.
Ready, Chris?
All right.
He double teamed
Oh,
me.
I see.
I'm about to skip it over to you, Chris. What's going on?
I'm closing out.
Close it out.
Baby, leave it. You can trust me in the clutch, people.
Oh, the red light came on. Oh, my goodness.
Stay ready. Stay ready.
I get double teamed. That's the first pass. That's
I'm
my
open.
first assist.
Put me
He
in,
lines
coach.
it up. He leaves in one hand.
Leave it.
Oh, I love it. Way to make me look good.
I'm just
Way to
glad the
stay
team
ready.
Oh.
You was ready.
job.
Here we go, fellas.
So if you need a host to take a shot for you, it's Chris Miles. We'll be right back.